Hey, every pony, I'm DigiBrony, and I do a series on YouTube where I thoroughly analyze My Little Pony, often on an episode-to-episode basis. This is my good friend and fellow Brony analysis, Brony Curious.
Yo.
Best known for wearing a tutor cap and fantastic art and fan fictions. So yeah, that's what we do. We're here to analyze stuff, if that wasn't obvious. First, I wanted to actually ask Brony Curious a question. Why do you analyze My Little Pony? Who cares?
Wait, you mean people watch this stuff?
No, I want a legit answer.
Oh, okay. Let's see.
Why? Someone gave me a Mountain Dew for my birthday.
Dude.
Fantastic. I'll split some with you.
No,
I know you need it.
I'm not going to take your birthday present.
I'm like literally dying right now, so this is like
All right, you
a
drink,
lifelong.
I will speak or attempt to. Well, I've done storytelling, like I've done drawn comics, wrote like stories, and tried my hand at animation and failed horribly. But the narrative has always interested me. This is when I would say something to you, but this is a family panel, so I cannot.
Right.
Know that I would. Keep that in the back of your mind.
By the way, any children in the room, if you can't see, you should probably come up front. I'm sure any of these kind bronies will give up their seat for you if you cannot see the panel.
Yes.
Because I'll make them if they don't. We have the children in the front to remind us that we're not allowed to swear because we're really bad at it.
Oh yeah, well like the face of pressure and guilt if you mess up. Yeah!
Walk in the aisle like an absolute boss. Alright, were you actually explaining? Because I wasn't listening to you.
I actually was. I started
okay.
and then you just decided to... No.
I was drinking a beautiful gift. Continue, please.
Love it.
Why do you analyze ponies?
Because I like stories. I always have, like, as long as I can remember. Even before I really knew that it was stories that I liked, that was my thing. I played a ton of video games back in the day, and it was like, video games are cool. But it was actually the story in the video game.
Games are cool.
Dude.
How did that lead to analysis? They just
okay.
Lots of people like stories and they just read them and watch them. And they don't.
Okay,
well,
you know how
you leave long pauses in your speech, and I can't handle it. So,
are we seriously gonna bicker like an old couple?
Yeah, that's what we're doing. That's thoroughly analyzing me and Brony Curious's strange relationship.
If you can, like, I know you never shut up, but if you could right now, maybe. All right, possibly. All right. So, when I'm trying to write stories, the thing I'd always do is think about the stories that I enjoyed and what I liked and what I didn't like about them. And so I guess I've been analyzing stuff for a while, just in my head without anyone ever knowing. But MLP...
So mysterious.
That was...
Keep going. Just talk over me.
I can't. Whatever. So yeah, anyways, long story short, got into MLP, got totally addicted, started thinking about it, like I thought about everything. And then this kid, because I was talking to him about something
Paleo.
about Applejack.
Stand up.
Stand up, Paleo. You ever heard of this kid before? He's kind of awesome.
Paleo Steno was doing My Little Pony episode reviews way before either of us were.
He's the OG.
Yeah, he is sort of the OG. Golden Fox is the OG?
Holy crap.
Really? Well, he's not here though, unfortunately.
He's not here.
I think he'd stand up if he was.
He totally would.
Anyway, continue your story.
Yeah, we're already getting sidetracked. It's been like one thing. But yeah, so Paleo was like, I was talking to him about that Applejack video.
Pressure.
Oh,
that's a timer.
Oh my god.
I turned it on like a minute ago. So.
Wow. All right, now we're wasting more time talking about the timer.
Like 40 minutes.
Okay. This is not going to work, is it? Anyway, so Paleo was like, you should do videos because videos are cool. I'm like, okay. So I did, and then people liked it, and then I just started doing more. And when season 3 started, I had done my Sister Who've Slighted book, which is a picture book about Scootaloo, and then I started doing a comic book about Trixie. And back to back, it was Magic Duel and Sleepless in Ponyville. And I was like, I need to talk about these just because it's like totally relevant.
They were fantastic episodes.
They were. So I did videos about them, and then the comments are like, so what are you going to do next week? I'm like, what? What do you mean? This isn't a thing. This happened to be a thing that happened back to back. I'm like, no, you got to do more. I'm like, oh, I just caved to peer pressure instantly, so okay. and that's really how it happened. But I just enjoy looking at stories and narratives, and yeah.
Right, that's like a deep personal reason. I was gonna come at it more from the angle of people often ask me like, why, like, what's the point? This is a kids show. Who cares? Why does it matter? And I could sit here and go into some reason, like Anthony C., who's also a video reviewer who sadly is in Australia, because that place, no one wants to be there. Apologies to all the Australians in the room. I know there's a few. But anyway, what was I saying? Anthony, like when people tell him, "Oh, it's a kids show. That it's not meant for you. Why are you analyzing it?" He always says, "That's not helpful for me because if it's a kids show, why do I like it so much?" It's like doesn't matter if it's an intended audience. I'm trying to explain why I like the show. Like what's going on. If I said there's nothing to it, then it doesn't make any sense that I'm into it, right? And I kind of come at it from a similar angle, but like a lot less thought out. For me, it's just fun. Like really fun, because all I like to do is analyze stuff. Fun.
You totally.
He's the real Pinky over here.
What?
You didn't realize that every time someone says fun at this convention,
I know.
everyone's
I was saying you walk. I'm not having a lot of fun with you doing that.
Stop it! Make it stop! Anyway, as I was saying before, I don't even remember what I was saying before.
You were pretty much done. You were done.
No, okay. I like
done.
analyzing stuff all the time anyway, just in my everyday life. That's all I do. I like sit around and I watch TV and I watch commercials and I get annoyed and I go, "Mom, it doesn't make sense that they're doing this in the commercial." And she's like, "I don't care. It's television." And I'm like, "No." And so I just have a lot of fun doing that. And oh my God, can you please, like, I want to get through the panel at least. There's a timer, like, in my face. It's okay. And you guys, man, you gotta get organized.
Instead of saying fun, say fun.
Way to go! Not helping.
Say enjoyment.
Enjoyment. I take great
Busting out the better
enjoyment
vocabulary
out
over
of analyzing things. That's not gonna work. It's not funny. That's not correct. That's not what Pinky would say. She doesn't use that word. So anyway, I was writing analysis of anime because I'm a gigantic anime nerd for like 6 years, and then I started writing My Little Pony analysis because I watched the show and I was immediately like, this is super awesome. I gotta analyze everything in it because that's what I do. And then everyone stopped reading my blog because nobody who was reading it was watching Ponies at all. And I was like, oh. So then I was just writing to an audience of nobody for a long time. And then I found out that there's these people who are on YouTube and they make videos and they're cool, like Egoraptor and like these people like Errant Signal, who's another analyst, all these video game analysts basically who are super awesome. And I was like, dude, video? That's not like that hard. Then I made a few video game analysis videos and they were awful because my microphone was bad. And so I got a job and spent a bunch of money on equipment and started making analysis videos. And everyone was like, this is actually pretty good, man. I actually kind of like this video. It's actually pretty okay. And I was like, dude, I know. It only says 5 on it. I mean, we didn't like...
Remember how you said you want to have a simple answer and now you're double my time? I'm just throwing that out there.
Anyway, so we thought not very long and not very hard on how to run this panel, and we figured the best way to do it was actually to have you guys give us a random topic. Like, we'll bring a microphone around, you can raise your hand and like say a topic, and we'll analyze it on the spot. And that seems like a good idea. If it falls apart horribly, we'll change it up in the middle of the panel.
We'll just turn it into a karaoke.
That guy's got his hand up. Who's got the microphone that's supposed to be traveling around?
Does nobody?
There's supposed to
do
that guy over there.
Do we make an assumption?
This guy?
That's not true.
Oh geez. Oh, they've got it back there. Now everyone's got their hand up, but that dude totally had it up first. So like.
Check.
Oh yeah, the Spike cosplayer over here. So we're gonna have him
Dude, he
just
knows up.
say a thing, and we'll like try to analyze it. And we're not gonna jip you by being like, it's because it's a kids show. We're gonna give like legit answers.
My topic is tutor caps.
Tutor caps. We could. This is a tutor cap.
by the
This
way.
thing, Brony Curious is
This-
wearing. Stand up. Everyone can see you.
Yes.
You're like insanely tall. Look at this guy. We should probably try to keep. We should probably try to keep
That's
the questions
the only time in my
MLP
life I will
related.
ever be able to do that.
You're
so
also allowed to ask just random Q&A questions, I guess. Do you actually have an analysis of why you wear a tutor cap?
Not really, but I can try and make one up.
You keep trying. Basically, there actually is a bit of a story. He used to wear a fedora all the time, and
how
then
you're answering
he went,
my question.
He went to BronyCon.
You're answering
I answer faster.
my question.
He went to BronyCon 2012, and literally everyone
He
there
wasn't
was
at
wearing a
BronyCon
fedora.
2012, by the way.
Literally everyone at BronyCon was wearing a fedora, and he was like, I don't want to be just like everybody else, so he got the most ridiculous hat he could find. And this is the true story.
This is totally true.
Wait, this is actually how it
Like
was
I had
told to
I
me.
had an Ask blog for a while that I had on Tumblr, and I made it was called Ask the 8-Bit Bard, and it's still on Tumblr somewhere with like 3 posts because it's terrible. But I changed my OC to have this tutor cap because I wanted to be a bard and like sing songs and tell stories and just be like a general
bard
weirdo.
is what you were saying. It sounds like you're slurring.
Bard. You know,
It was
the
a
dudes.
pony bard. You know,
Yeah,
those guys.
and he
who
had a
plays
tutor cap,
jingles
and then I
sings.
looked for one on eBay, and the found it was exactly the same as one I drew. I was like, Destiny, so I bought it.
All right, who has the mic now? Bring it to this kid right here. Who has it even? Okay, he has it.
Oh, niece. Nieces.
Get a. Oh, Paleo's
Paleo.
offering. I was gonna get my.
You get a hug later.
Okay, it's one word. Sea ponies.
Sea ponies. Do you have any feelings on sea ponies?
Do I have any feelings on sea ponies?
Shoot, shoot, beat 'em.
There's an official book that talks about sea ponies.
Yeah,
isn't there?
there's like
I've not read
there's
it.
some new Friendship is Magic book where they actually like turn into sea ponies and go to Equestria. Equestria.
I haven't read it, so unfortunately.
And by the way, I haven't read it, but I've looked at it and the artwork is fantastic. Is there a second part to your question?
Yeah, also, you drew me my sea pony OC.
I know.
believe.
As soon as you said sea ponies, I was like, I bet I know who you are. So that was awesome.
Okay.
But yeah, I guess I don't have an analysis on sea ponies, but I do think they're cool because
Yeah.
like I
You call upon
I have
them
nothing. I don't get
sometimes,
why
you know?
I don't get why and be against it. It's like it's a pony and it swims. I think it's pretty awesome to me. Like I'm
Sounds
sure
like something
Paleo's
Paleo would be
them 'cause
into,
he's
yeah.
obsessed
You
with
know?
dolphins.
Paleo into the sea ponies.
What?
Do you like sea
ponies, Paleo?
ponies?
It kind of seems like your thing, you know.
Whatever.
It's like a pony and a dolphin. It's like
If
your
it's
two
a
favorite things
dolphin
ever, like,
pony, let
combined.
the guy ask his question, please.
I'm sorry.
Can you analyze the origins of Discord?
The origins of
Origins
Discord.
of Discord.
I like to think of Discord as just like some kind of pure like there was like chaos as a concept like manifest into being, you know? Like just straight up, I like that kind of thing where it's like just some it's sort of like Japanese gods, I guess. If you know anything about Japanese gods, they're usually like some kind of manifestation of like a thing. And it can be anything. It can be like an emotion, it can be like a water bottle. There's literally like a Japanese god of water bottles, and there's a Japanese god of absolutely everything. They actually call it the phrase for their gods is 8 million gods is how they refer to it. So I think Discord would be like that of chaos. What do you think? Curious.
I think actually pretty much the same thing. They said he was the spirit of chaos. So I figured he's kind of like some kind of immortal.
Right, they actually
timeless
use the word spirit, don't
embodiment of chaos. Which
So
is
yeah,
opposed
I
to
guess
the
that'll be our
elements
answer.
of harmony.
You can just pick whoever you want, Paleo. Like there's like a
Paleo,
million
we
hands.
trust you.
He's gonna go side to side. So if you're on the side that is speaking right now, you might as well put your hand down until he does that side.
Topic: the educational system of Equestria.
I can actually do this.
Yeah, I can go on for a while about this
All right,
one.
I'm gonna start because you won't stop.
Okay, fine.
I kind of mentioned this in one of my videos. I don't remember which one. I think it was response to
No one cares which
Kestney.
one it was. Just
it does. It
get
totally
on
does.
the
It's totally meant for me. I think cutie marks are interesting because it definitely shows that like a child in Equestria really
Stand up.
focuses on Self-discovery. Is that working?
I'm just looking out over
Okay. But self-identity is a huge thing in equestrian culture, and I think it's kind of probably reflected in seeing the CMC. You're a jerk. How am I supposed to talk with
I
this?
don't get how you get distracted so easily.
Because
I could
tired.
analyze through a rainstorm that is
right.
also made of fire.
The equestrian school system, in my opinion, is probably pretty basic, and it focuses more on finding your special talent and focusing your time and effort on developing that, as opposed to becoming more generalized as it is in our world, because we don't have butt tattoos, unfortunately. Care to elaborate?
I'm going to expand on that a bit because
Magical butt tattoos.
Yeah, I
Let me
mean-
amend that.
the great thing about the ponyverse, and a lot of people bring this up, they're always saying things like, well, what happens if a pony has a special talent and they get their cutie mark and then they decide that they want to do something else? And the way I see it, that's just not how Equestria works. They just get their cutie mark and that just happens to be what they like to do. It's just not our world. And the way I think the school system works in Equestria is that there's, like he said, a strong focus on finding that special talent. Everything that they do early in life is all just like searching, and then when they find it, they go boom, and then they like leave school and just practice their talent forever. Like the school is just basic education, like, things you need to know to fit in with the world. And then after that, it's like, you realize you want to work on the farm, and then you just boom, you go work on the farm forever. And that's why I think the main 6 are all 15, because it makes perfect sense for them to be teenagers if they all left school at like 10 and have just been practicing their special talents till now. And that's why Rarity has a shop and blah 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 blah. This was the subject of my main 6 ages video.
Yes,
I remember the video. I did.
Good job wasting everyone's time with stuff they've probably already seen.
This side of the room. Paleo, this side of the room.
Do you believe there's a portal to Canterlot High? There's a portal from Equestria to the real world?
To our world?
Yes.
So you also agree that Canterlot High is not the real world?
I agree that it is, because if there is a portal to Canterlot High, that means that there's a portal to the real world in
See, the way
the
I
Crystal
see
Empire.
it, I think that Canterlot High is not part of the real world, because the people there aren't humans. They are colorful and like different kind of colorful. They're like they're Technicolor. They're Technicolor people, and in that movie, they never say Earth. They never say human. They just they use like all these really the words they use don't indicate that it's Earth or our world. So I think it's not our world. I think it's some kind of weird world that is just a school. Like that is the whole world is that school.
What about Big Mac? He doesn't have his normal fur color.
Yeah, that's weird, and I don't know why. I think it's mostly because the way that he would have looked if they had his exact color in the human form would have the features would have been darker on his face, and it just wouldn't have looked good from an animation standpoint, and so they probably lightened it. I know I said I wouldn't explain anything as, it was because they had to make the show this way, but that's probably what it was in that case.
Yeah, I would just go with they just wanted it to look more candy colored, so that's just what they did. I think it's probably our world, quote unquote.
So you would say that there is a portal to our world from Equestria?
Yeah.
But we will never find it, and therefore we won't get to
Never.
go there.
It's like the Stargate or something.
All right, this side.
Try something from the back.
Paleo getting his workout for the
Everyone,
day.
real quick, rate this panel so far.
I would like to start this off by saying that I'm the guy on Tumblr who always hits on you.
Oh, what? Hold on. Everyone's rating the panel, but you guys need to be quiet now so he can talk.
I want to start this off by saying that I am the guy on Tumblr who always hits on you, and you never respond.
Oh my God.
He's taken.
He's in real life. He's
You
hitting
can't
on me
escape.
IRL.
All right.
This guy literally has a folder called Digi Pickup Lines, and he sends me pickup lines on Tumblr all day, and I don't respond to any of them, but he keeps going. He doesn't care. He even told me, I don't care. I'm going to keep sending them to you. So. Some of them are clever, and some of them are awful.
All right, so I wanted to pick the worst thing for you to possibly analyze, and I think I got it. What about the Smurfs, too? How do you feel about that?
I haven't seen the Smurfs 2 or the Smurfs 1,
Well, you're
and
really
I
missing
really
out.
don't want to because they look really ugly and I can't deal with it. So I have no opinion on the Smurfs. Also, we're trying to keep it pony related.
Oh, well.
Anyway, other side of the room, you wasted your question. Because I know he hasn't seen Smurfs 2 either, so like, I'm sure he doesn't care.
What? I don't know what that is. Okay. Now this is going to be really serious, but can you talk about the reclamation and the institutionalization of pink fluffy unicorns dancing on rainbows?
So is what you're asking, like, can I explain why it's like gotten so popular and huge? Because that's what it is and what we do you have an opinion on pink fluffy unicorns?
Pink fluffy unicorns dancing on rainbows. I think I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah, the video, the Fluffle Puff video.
Okay. Pink fluffy unicorns dancing on rainbows is.
That's the analysis.
It is. It's like that's all you need to know. But if we have to go further, I would say it's probably some secret experiment by unicorns to try and find a way to imitate the natural abilities of the Pegasi to manipulate weather events, so they can eventually incite an insurrection to overthrow the Pegasus monopoly on weather control.
But Fluffle Puff is not even a unicorn. She tied
Fluffle Puff
thing to her head.
Fluffle Puff
She has
is beyond
less of a
logic,
horn than I
beyond
do.
comprehension, beyond anything that we could ever hope to understand. And to say otherwise is an exercise in ignorance.
Jesus. I just want to say I was into Fluffle Puff before it was cool. I subbed Fluffy Mixer when he had like 20K subs, and now he's got like 1 million.
I subbed you when you had 200.
Really?
Yep.
Oh yeah, that's true. Wow. Jesus. Paleo sub was like my 10th sub ever, so he's even like more indie cred than you are in that regard.
Well, Paleo's just Paleo. I mean, I don't even know how to describe that.
But yeah, I actually do want to talk a little about Fluffy Pony, just because I think it's like the comedic timing of it is just unbelievable. Like you watch it and it's like there's no dialogue and it's just all these like really fast things happening, and it's like, what is going on? But it's so perfect, and I love all the videos and I've watched them countless times. And pink fluffy unicorns dancing on rainbows. Pink fluffy unicorns dancing on rainbows. Pink fluffy unicorns dancing on rainbows. Pink
Didn't make it 20 minutes. I asked him before we started, how long do you think before we break down to the song? Didn't even make it to the 20-minute mark.
Nekusuto Equestrian.
What?
Nekusuto
I know what you said. I was just being a jerk.
That's Jinglish.
Have you read the Crystal Heart spell, and can you give an analysis of it?
You read it, right?
I did read it. I own it. I bought it like the day it came out.
Wow.
Under false pretenses, I might add. I thought it was going to be about cadence. I was lied to.
Yeah, see, the thing about the Crystal Heart spell, and it's like we read this description that like tells you this like backstory of Cadence and how she became an Alicorn, because it turned out she was like spoilers for the book. She was originally a Pegasus, and she became an Alicorn through like some magic thing. And there's like a paragraph describing it on like some wiki that talks about the book. And so we were like, oh cool, this book's like gonna be about the story of Cadence. And you actually read the book and it's like that paragraph in the book.
Yeah.
It's actually just about Twilight like wanting to know how to be a better princess or whatever, and she's just like going around asking people about it.
And Trixie hangs out with Gilda, and I was just like,
really?
Oh.
I didn't even know
what?
that.
That was like my big point of contention, because obviously I like Trixie, and I was like, no.
Yeah, so that book's a bit of a disappointment. I guess we're on this side of the room now? No, we're on this side.
Paleo knows what's going on.
How about you guys like choose a hand and I'll go to it?
Oh yeah, way to go.
Oh, thanks. Now you're
Give
just
it to
getting
Victor.
lazy.
He can do this. He can. You wanted to earlier. Whatever. Just okay. That guy who's like really like his hands above everyone else's, and therefore he's like the most standout.
What? I don't know what you're talking about, and I can see everybody.
The guy with the glasses.
Whoa, he's here?
Not that guy with the glasses.
Anyway.
I was about to say, we just got upstaged, dude. Like, badly.
So, written analysis versus making videos.
What exactly?
Like written analysis versus making videos. Do you feel one superior? Do you feel you can make it with either or?
You mean
like
having text versus having a video?
Yeah.
This is a great question because of the fact that a lot of people really want to jump into videos, but for me personally, I'm real picky when it comes to like watching videos. When I found out about Brony Curious, I sat there and bugged him about his audio until he fixed it. So like I made him buy a new microphone and edit out like all the sounds he makes before talking. You know, when you say like, "Hello, my name is Brony Curious." Those were in there.
And you're a jerk for bringing this up in public.
So I made him cut all that stuff out. My point is that I like to see like really well edited videos because it's just like, you may have noticed that in my videos there's no pauses ever. Like there's no breaths or anything. It's just like this constant train of me talking like this, and it just sounds like I never take a breath in my life because I actually don't, because this is actually how I talk, because this is actually how I make those analysis videos in one take. That's not true. But yeah, I like them to be, you know, to be fast. And so if I have to watch a video that can't really have the edit, I'm not saying it's like their fault, because a lot of people can't get the awesome editing software or a nice microphone or whatever because it was like pretty expensive, but for those people, I'm like, I'd rather read it, because, you know, if your points are good, then the writing, if it's well written, then there won't be any distracting bad audio or bad visuals that would make me go, oh, I don't want to watch this, when I might miss out on the actually interesting analysis inside. Do you want to answer about like writing versus analysis? Because he does that. He actually writes like fiction.
Write fiction and stuff. I don't know. I don't know if that was a question, but I like writing fiction because obviously, like I said, I'm a storyteller, so that's like my big thing. And nobody knows I write. It's pretty funny.
Yeah,
I have like 300 subscribers on fiction.
He's always depressed because more people watch his videos than read his fanfics, and he loves his fanfics.
It's okay.
I want this guy with the sunglasses because he's like insanely casual right here.
Where is he?
Like just max all the way in the front. Sorry about making you run around, Paleo.
No, that's all right.
Paleo, I'll give you like $10 later or something. I don't know. That's probably not true.
We should have got him he already has a panelist badge, so whatever.
Okay, the question is in terms of pony names. What's the magic? Because it seems the cutie mark is hinted before the actual cutie mark.
You mean their name sounds like what their cutie mark's gonna be?
Well, I'm pretty sure Scootaloo will have something to do with a scooter.
Could be.
Twilight Sprinkle, Sparkle.
Come on, man.
Hey.
Well,
just offend the whole
there's
building.
The door, sir. You're not allowed to be here anymore.
This is wrong. No, we get what you're talking about, though. What do you think?
What do I think?
Yeah.
I think they're trying to sell toys.
Stop it! You're not allowed to say that.
I know.
Give a real analysis.
Well, besides that obvious answer.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the thing I always kind of considered was that I think Anthony said this too. It's probably where I stole it from, when he was saying how like you have like a name when you're born, and once you get your cutie mark, you can possibly change it to reflect that name.
That's not.
That
doesn't
There's
happen.
no good there's no good excuse for this.
Well,
there's none.
I just think it has to do with, and I'm like a hardcore believer in determinism, and destiny, and he hates
and thus
this
the
stuff.
panel will now devolve into a philosophical debate that has no answer.
So
why is that entertaining?
For those who don't,
that means you don't get to ask any more questions.
Right. So, for those who don't know, determinism is the idea that everything that ever has and will be is like set in stone. Like it's all, basically everything that has happened is causing everything that will happen, and there's no way for it to change because it's all like happening at once, basically, because like all time exists at once and stuff like that. So just go read like some book and it'll probably tell you something about this. But anyway, the idea is
AC Race Best has a question for you.
I'm not done with my answer.
Who's this AC Race Best, and why does he think you have privilege of some sort?
I know, right?
He has to wait like everybody
okay,
else.
whatever. Yeah. Just, he won't put his hand down and stop sipping his cup and staring at me menacingly. So give him his question. It's Saber standing behind him filming him. They're the same. By the way, for those who don't know, Saber Spark and AC Race Best are the same person. They are one like
scary.
they're one being expressed in two forms. Anyway, ask your question.
So, this is a question for Digi Brony.
Right.
And Brony Curious.
Continue.
So I wanted to ask. There's been something that's really been bugging me about this show called My Little Pony. Friendship is magic. You see, I wanted your take on how, in Celestia's view of this pony world, it's acceptable. The orphaning of dragons for the benefit of ponies. Why is this okay?
Is he saying that dragons
Spike
are
wants
slaves?
to know.
I think so.
Why?
I have a question for AC Race Best. When do I
Yes?
get to be in a Bronies React?
What?
When do I get to be in a Bronies React?
Get in line.
After I do.
You were in. No, you're in the documentary. Never mind.
Yeah.
If you haven't seen the Brony Chronicles documentary put together by those guys over there, it's really good and it explains like the whole history of.
It is fantastic. You should all watch it.
And Brony
Not right
Curious
now.
is in it.
Right now you're here, but after here,
it's like an hour long. So like set aside a day and just like
get some popcorn.
Yeah, pour
and-
butter all over yourself and like watch that.
Don't do that.
Anyway. He had an actual question.
We didn't answer the question
Subjugation
at all.
of
The subjugation
dragon.
of dragons for the pony master
I think that's
race.
what he asked about.
I think that's what he was talking about.
I mean, I don't think they're really subjugating dragons because most of them are somewhere else. Spike. There was this awesome theory that someone had because people were saying that, do they really cart out a dragon egg every time they're testing a student? If so, why are there no other dragons in Equestria? Like, why is Spike the only one? Heartsong Pony, is that who came up with this? And Heartsong Pony is another analysis pony who's not here, I'm guessing. But the idea is that rather than there being a bunch of eggs that they cart out every time they're going to test someone, instead there's just one egg, and Celestia has been looking for whoever can crack this egg. And so when Twilight Sparkle was able to actually hatch the dragon, that's how she knew that she would be her student. So no one has actually been hatching dragon eggs. Spike is the only one. We don't know why they have it, other than that she probably stole it and like to
sounds like a
use for this
Celestia thing to
test.
do, though, don't you
Yeah, Celestia
Totally.
is a huge troll. If you don't know this, like. This is legit. Everything Celestia says throughout the whole show, it's like, oh, I knew that all this bad stuff was going to happen, but you guys were,
Yeah, just
you
like-
took care. I mean,
Whatever. You got this. No, I mean,
I got this.
I've always thought that Celestia's school was like made to find the next bear of the element of magic, so that totally lines
Right,
up with
so-
my headcanon. So,
yeah, so that's our idea. Actual legit answer for his incredibly drawn out question. We were still in the
Try
middle of
harder next
answering.
time, Race.
We were still answering someone else's question. I don't remember what it was or what it was about. Oh, the names. Oh, I was going on a rant about determinism, and basically the idea is that,
dude,
basically the idea is that the cutie mark and the name match up because the destiny is already decided from the
therefore
all of
eliminating
time
all of the
happening
character
at once and
development
blah,
and
blah.
exploration that they do as a youth.
No, stop. We're not going to get into that because me and
You
him.
can't say your
We
opinion,
really
I
need to
can't.
do like a really long video about.
It'll be like
this.
15 hours. That's how long we've talked about this. Dude, we should just make a blog where we publish our Skype chats.
We should. Honestly,
that would be fantastic.
Every time we do a Skype, every time me and him actually are
we had
in
like
Skype
a 3-hour
together,
discussion on Equestria
they're always
Girls last
3 to
week.
4 hours, and they always are like, "Why didn't we record that? Because we could have posted that practically unedited." I think we're on this side of the room now. So unless race counts, race counts.
Race.
All right, this side of the room now. Who has the microphone? You have the microphone.
Are you going to choose?
Oh, well, okay. The girl who's waving her hand right here, she's had her hand up like the whole time. Also,
Here?
she drew a picture of me outside, so that was nice.
Biased choice, but that's okay.
I have one thing to ask about because you touched about it and you made a whole Ask blog about it, but the Spite verse. Is there going to have like a resolution? Like what if...
I'm curious, how many people in here the word spite verse means something to you? Not a lot of people. That's not 10%. That's like 5%. All right, so the Spiteverse is this thing I made up where basically it's an alternate reality in which like Discord won in his first appearance and like just discorded everybody in the world, and then Twilight became like an evil Alicorn and became the like ruler of Equestria and like subjugates everyone to her will. And discorded Digibrony is just this really grumpy guy who likes analysis, but he thinks it has to be like all objective, and it's like, oh, this is good and this is bad, and I hate that. So that's like, the opposite. I don't know. I hate those words, good and bad. I would never sit there and be like, this episode is good, because everyone has different opinions and none of them are correct. So. But is there like more depth to the question like about the Spiteverse, or because I just kind of recapped what I've already said about it in a video?
I guess more of like the ethics behind everyday life.
I have not given it that much thought.
Okay.
The problem with that is that I wanted to do this whole Discorded Digibrony Tumblr because I've always wanted to do like an Ask Tumblr, and then like I got like 300 asks immediately, and I didn't want to like have to like choose which ones to answer and stuff like that, and I also wanted to like actually draw something, and then this is my drawing process. My drawing process is I get out my tablet, because I got one, and I plug it in, and then I open up Photoshop, and then I unplug my tablet and I put it away, and I hate my life. That's my whole drawing process. Next question has to be from this side of the room. This guy with the huge
What?
Who? Paleo. What? This guy.
Who?
The guy with the giant collar.
Oh, wow.
If you want, I don't care.
So when you guys were talking about Discord, something I thought of was a really cool fan theory that I liked, that Swirl the Bearded turned into Discord.
I've heard this one.
I want to know what you guys think of like what he was and what became of him. He's like my favorite character.
Do you have a thing on this? I know we've both been asked about this like literally hundreds of times.
And a lot of the things that I get it's concerning Discord a lot is like, did Discord like know Celestia and Luna, and then like the Discord with Discord starts with a beard and like everything's connected, and I guess part of me is like, do they all have to like be connected? Like, does like Sombra have to be Luna's father, and then they met Discord, who's actually Swirl? I'm just like, this is a big place. Maybe they just kind of ran into each other one day. It's like, you know what? You kind of are a jerk. I don't like you. It's like, I don't like you either. And then they kind of fought for a little bit and stuff happened. I don't know.
I kind of don't get the
I feel like it's stretching it a little bit.
Yeah, I don't get the logical leap, because it's like, Swirl, we know he didn't have any friends. But that doesn't mean that he became the anti, like, I don't get why him having why couldn't he just die old and lonely and friendless?
Well, that's kind of what I thought too, because another question I get to kind of tie into this, maybe we can just kind of answer all of these at once, they're like, well, why did what happened to Swirl when he cast his spell? And I think that's the theory of how he became Discord. My question in response is, why do we think he cast the spell? He said he never finished it. Maybe he's just like, man, I suck. Close the book.
Right.
And did something else.
He never
did
if
it.
It's an unfinished spell, it doesn't make sense that he.
He's just like, man, I couldn't finish a spell. Well, maybe I can get like 80% of it.
We're not
like,
on that side
that's
of
a
the room,
passing
by the
grade,
way.
right? And then I don't know. Like he seems like a smarter dude than that. He's like super book smart. So I don't know.
I'm gonna take the guy who's like doing the YMCA over here.
He has been very energetic. Let that be a lesson to all of you.
Okay, so basically, with the subtitle of My Little Pony, Friendship is Magic, I'm thinking just basically going with like a kind of...
Friendship is magic.
No. Like
if that's what you're asking.
Yes. No. I'm going with a theory in my head that not only is it magic, that friendship literally... Do you think that friendship literally runs the universe, like literally runs like all the physics?
Basically,
like, all the...
I kind of think that. I think that friendship like is literally the most... It is magic, and magic kind of is Equestria. Isn't it called like a land of... Long ago in a magical land of Equestria. So yeah, it's a magical land, and friendship is magic.
And basically, if friendship doesn't happen, the universe literally breaks apart.
Yeah, and that's what happens every time there's a place where people can't be friends. It's like everything turns to crap. It's like Sombra like enslaves all these people, and Discord's like, ah, and that's the only noise Discord makes. Assholes. That's me sparing you my inability to do a John Delancey impression. Do you have anything about this? Friendship literally running the universe?
Well, I don't know if it completely runs the universe. I think it's a very powerful force in it. I think my kind of thing on...
Just real quick, My Little Pony friendship is Higgs boson particles.
Billions and billions of years.
I'm down for that. Write it. Do it. Your fanfic rebirth.
Are
Write
you still
that.
going? You finish your...
Do you want me to like hit you? I think that like
tired for this.
I know, right? No, I think like I always had this headcanon that each emotional state is a kind of magic, because dark magic is hate, and then like friendship and love is like, you know, good magic, or like it's opposing force sort of deal. And like maybe it's because I play too much Magic the Gathering. There's like different kinds of magic and stuff. I don't know. Maybe. Maybe I just did that. I mean, they're Wizards of the Coast. It's owned by Hasbro, so it's possible. Maybe Twilight uses blue mana. I don't know.
Just, by the way, just to clarify, we have been going back and forth across the room. So if you're on this side of the room and we just ask them a question, you just put your hands down. Because no, put your hand down. Don't give me that look. You too. I don't care if you're a child.
Whoa.
Let's get.
Oh. Minus 500
Let's get this girl
subscribers
right
for
in the,
Digi.
Right in the aisle, right in front of me.
What?
Right in the aisle. No, in the aisle, literally.
The aisle? Where? Oh, there we go.
I picked you already. I'm not going to pick the same person twice, at least not for a while. We're already
Thank
40
you.
minutes in.
I know. We got you a good seat. It's not...
Anyway, thank you for choosing me.
I can't actually hear you.
Thank you for choosing me.
Oh, no problem.
Now, a while ago, I decided that I liked the show because I saw so much modern feminism behind it.
Right.
And being the feminist I am, I believe in equality.
Mm-hmm.
So I think the idea of having feminine rulers and such, that's a very good idea.
Mm.
But I'm just curious. I've always wondered why Shining Armor is not an Alicorn. Like, does that make sense?
I think it's just because he's married in. Well, also because the thing is, because the way that you become an Alicorn is, it is a good question.
Like an enlightenment
because
sort of deal.
it's kind of indicated with Twilight becoming an Alicorn that becoming an Alicorn makes you a princess, but I guess it doesn't work that way for princes because Blue Blood and
well,
yeah,
Blue
becoming
Blood's a jerk.
Oh, Blue Blood, yeah, he's a jerk. But, yeah, nobody likes that guy.
Well, I
like,
mean,
seriously.
it works because, in my opinion, Alicorn is like an ascended state. Like when you come to mastering a field of magic or like some higher intellectual, like ascendance or something. And Shining Armor didn't really do that. He just fell in love with some chick. So.
Right. I mean, I feel like maybe
I don't think Blue Blood really had any like personal epiphanies anytime
maybe
recently
there
either.
should be maybe like there's a king. Like if you become an Alicorn, you're a king instead
King
of a prince
Sombra
or
wasn't
something.
just a unicorn too.
Oh yeah, Sombra was
But he
a
did
unicorn.
master dark magic. Maybe it
Well-
doesn't work if you're bad.
Well, Chrysalis is an Alicorn,
Possibly.
and she's pure evil.
Yeah, Chrysalis is an Alicorn as well. What did she? Well,
All
she must have
changelings are
mastered-
Alicorns though. They all have.
Oh yeah, you're right. All changelings are Alicorns. They all have bug wings and horns. So I guess they all have mastery over whatever magic they have, which I guess would be greed or
You
something.
guys should read
If you're going
Integration
with your,
by
like,
Raugos. It's a
emotions
great
are
fiction. It's all
magic.
about changelings. Yeah, I'm gonna plug Raugos. He's amazing.
Oh, are you trying to like?
I'm
really-
totally plugging someone right
well,
now.
plug it like loud enough that people can understand.
All of you should read Integration by Raugos on FimFiction. It goes into the culture of the changelings, and it's freaking fantastic.
Yeah,
Go
right
read
there,
it.
Right, you probably
After the panel.
spell that. You talk fast.
Well,
no,
thank-
like go to his like Tumblr or something. He'll talk about it endlessly, and you'll be able to find it there.
Okay, thank you for your time.
No problem.
No problem. Thanks for the great question.
I wish we had better answers to that question. Actually,
I don't know, man. I liked it.
I'm gonna ask for the guy who's got a hat covering his face and there's a demon drawn on it. He's laughing because he knows it's up here, Paleo. Closer. He just took this. He's looking at you. He's in the aisle.
What? Oh, there you are.
I apologize. I keep picking people who are like inwards, but that's the ones I can see. I'm gonna stand up for the next one.
Anyway, what do you think about Chrysalis's invasion plan for Canterlot?
Yeah, Brony, curious. What do you think of Chrysalis's invasion plan for Canterlot?
Queen Chrysalis is kind of an idiot.
Right. All right. No. To actually give like a spoiler alert for a future video that's gonna come out hopefully soon, because it's been in the works forever. For those who don't know, which is probably no one, Brony Curious and this guy Anthony C did this amazing analysis video about a Canterlot wedding in which they totally tear apart like everything about the because Anthony C hates it, and he was like, I just want to rip this episode to shreds, and he talks about why Queen Chrysalis's plan was dumb because it doesn't make any sense and all this other stuff. I mean, I'd go into it now, but he does it for like 15 minutes in his video, so you might as well watch that. It's like a half-hour video. And no, that one's out, but we're going to do a new video where we readdress a Canterlot wedding from the idea that if you switched around Shining Armor and Princess Cadence, the episode suddenly works. Like, if Shining Armor is the one who gets kidnapped and Princess Cadence is the one who is oblivious to the whole situation. We'll explain how it works in the video, but just ruminate on that one and think about it, and maybe you'll start to understand why that might work. But it helps the plan come together a lot better.
Because the reason it's not done yet is because I haven't tried to strong stuff for it. So.
Oh, is it on you?
Totally
Are
my
you the one
fault.
holding it?
I'm the guilty party.
I did lines for this video like a month and a half ago.
It was. I think it was longer than that, to be honest.
Sometimes videos take 3 hours to make, and sometimes they take 6 months, and this is.
And sometimes they take almost a year.
We're on this side, right?
Yeah.
I don't want to pick all the obvious people. Someone is okay. There's a guy standing, and they're pointing a vinyl scratch sword at him.
Yeah, I'll go to him.
Like, yeah, oh, Paleo's not even putting it in my hands. He's like, I can't not. That guy's too distracted.
That wasn't a vinyl scratch.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
5 minutes? We have
I would
5
like
minutes.
to discuss something very important. When all of the main six and everyone are like going adventuring in Equestria and all the stories, what's Spike doing back home? besides going to conventions and besides flexing in the mirror.
Eating ice cream.
Yeah, I mean, Spike's
copious amounts.
Spike is just lazy. I'm pretty sure, like, when he does it, I mean, he probably cleans up the house, but once he's done with that, he's just like, I don't care.
Actually, for another shameless plug, there's a comic on DeviantArt, the Forgotten Element, and in that, there's a scene where Spike is at home and, like, stuff is happening, so Twilight teleports him from Ponyville to where she is in Canterlot, and he just pops in. He's holding like an NES controller with the cord like shattered, and he's just like, I'm never gonna beat Wily. Just drops the controller. So he just plays video games.
Yeah, I mean, he's a dragon. That's kind of what they do. Like, in the show canon, dragons just sleep on gold, and that's it. Like, he just eats and sleeps. He's a slob. And he's the only representation of, like, a male main character in the show. That's what... the only, like, significant male character. Paleo, where are you?
Over here.
Run in a random direction.
Okay.
Run. Actually run.
Run?
All right, pick whoever is the first person you see.
Oh, wait. Who has their hand up?
Way back.
Okay. Can you tell us a little bit about the order of kind of the ancient quote-unquote events that happen in Equestria? I know we have some tips about it, like when did the sisters show up? Are they friends with Discord for a while, and then does that fall apart, or did they just show up and then overthrow them? Why do the unicorns give up their political power over the weather, or sorry, over the moon and sun? Why would they do that? What happened in the past, and then kind of
Does
order
your
those
answer
events?
involve the fact that guy looks exactly like you? Did you notice that? Can you see him? Like,
I can.
Camera.
I've seen you around like at every convention I've ever gone to.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
You're at 2 Seasons 2 Days, right?
No.
No? Then we have a third clone running around. This is crazy.
This is getting bad. This
Dude.
sounds like changelings.
Oh, changelings, yeah. The mirror pool, there you go. Yeah,
All right, this
it would
is
be
creepy
really
now.
fun if he went to the mirror pool.
Fun?
We have like 3 minutes left. Give your
All right, I'm
answer,
gonna do
and
the
we're not
Cliff
going to
Notes
take any more
version.
questions after his answer.
The Cliff Notes version.
We're just going to give like some closing statements after this. So
Okay, yeah. So in the beginning, there was just the three tribes, and they were kind of in conflict with each other, not working together. Then the events of Heartstorming Eve happen. They all kind of unite and kind of come to an ethical understanding with each other. Then Discord shows up, throws everything for a loop. There's like a technological regression in society as he throws everything into chaos. Celestia and Luna are powerful Alicorns. They rise up against Discord, they overthrow him, and because of that, they transcend into an Alicorn state. And then they subsequently take the throne and rule over Equestria for a while. Then King Sombra is just a normal unicorn ruling over the Crystal Empire. And he goes and finds the Nightmare Door, which is actually a portal to the Nightmare Dreamscape from the comics. He gets corrupted by the Nightmare Dreamscape, becomes Sombra. He's defeated by Luna and Celestia. The Nightmare Dreamscape, then from there to text that Luna is feeling guilty about her night being unappreciated, so they corrupt her. Then she gets banished to the moon, and then the show happens.
you didn't have to stop to think at any point in that.
I have a video coming out about that, so I just spoiled it.
Oh, okay. That was like just boom, right out. I guess closing statements. Mostly we've just been analyzing random stuff this whole panel, but I guess I could talk about analyzing stuff in like the analysis community, as it were, because there's a lot of great analysis videos out there by a lot of people, and I think everyone should check all of them out. Like, there's a Reddit board called MLP Analysis, and that place is awesome. So go there and look at everyone's videos, not just mine and Brony Curious's, because we're good, but we're not even the best. Antony C is the best.
He's definitely the best. If
like-
you aren't subscribed to him, like he should have.
And
like,
there's a few
100,000
actually analysis bronies in this room. We have past analysis who can stand up.
Bro.
This dude did some stuff with us. With Paleo over here, although he's more of a reviewer than he's like, what, are you not going to stand up? You've been standing the whole time. Get up and get
Take
in the,
another
in the
bow.
camera. Get into
Give
the
him a round of
actual
applause for this
stream.
man for being the curator of the questions and just being generally awesome.
Who else? What other analysts are in this room right now? Didn't we have more?
Is Theory? Theory's
Where's
not
Theory,
here.
Brony? Stop it!
Oh my
Stop
God.
it! Stop it,
There
weird
are
Tumblr
children
guy.
in
He
here.
got bro-hoofed for that comment.
What?
That dude was like, oh, sweet, that was a good one. No! You're bad and you should feel bad. Theory Brony is at BronyCon, but he's not in the room. But if you've heard of that guy.
Wow, that hurts. That
Yeah, what up? Like, seriously. I was like just at the opening ceremony with him. Are there any
Hope
other
you're having fun,
analysis
Theory.
ponies who I've forgotten about who are in the room right now? Didn't somebody say they were coming here? Huh? You're not an analyst. You don't have videos.
That guy said he does analysis, so give it up for that guy. And that guy. Everybody does analysis. You all get an analysis.
You're an analyst. You're an analyst. There is an analyst living inside all of our hearts. I think the true magic of friendship is actually the magic of analyzing things. Well, you count as an analyst then. You
Give
have
it
to
up for
also
her.
do that if you want to count. Yeah. So I hope this panel went pretty well. We were really tired. Neither one of us has slept.
I haven't slept for 2
at
days.
all, or like eaten or drank anything. Okay, well that, but she was pointing out the Mountain Dew I was drinking. But I mean, well, we were drinking, but it wasn't like, like sustenance. It was like alcohol. So.
He was drinking. I was enjoying the spectacle.
So yeah, and then we got kicked out of our hotel this morning, and that wasn't fun. So if anyone wants to take in a bunch of random analysis brodies at the deck, I didn't even finish the sentence. You creep me out a little, so I don't know. No, but we had an interesting morning, but you guys made it a lot better by being innumerable and awesome.
This is like fantastic.
We knew that this was going to be a good turnout, but it's like seeing it in person is like,
Yeah. So
there's no
big
way.
thanks to all of you for showing
no
up.
way
Like
I'm
you
that
guys are why
cool.
we do this and why we keep going. So